You are standing at the edge of a damp English woodland in the mid-1700s, where the air is thick with the scent of wet earth and ancient moss. The world around you is moving at a glacial pace, far removed from the frantic ticking of modern clocks. Here, under the heavy canopy of oaks and elms, you notice something that most passers-by would ignore: a cluster of vibrant feathered green leaves emerging from a limestone crevice. To most, it is just a weed, a primitive plant that refuses to flower. But to you, and to a growing legion of quiet obsessives, this is the beginning of a magnificent preoccupation. You reach out to touch the frond, feeling the cool, waxy texture of a heart-stung fern, and you begin to understand why the world is about to go mad for greenery. This isn't a hobby born of adrenaline, it is a slow-motion revolution of the senses. The 18th century is a time of enlightenment, a period where the human mind is stretching its limbs and trying to categorize every pebble and petal on the planet. While some are off measuring stars or debating the rights of man, you find yourself drawn to the shadows where the ferns live. There is something inherently mysterious about them, unlike the rose or the lily. The fern offers no bright petals to attract the eye, no sweet fragrance to perfume the air. It is a creature of geometry and subtle shades of emerald, jade, and olive. You realize that to love a fern is to love the understated. T requires you to slow your breathing and look closer, much closer, until the intricate fractal patterns of the pinny reveal themselves like delicate lace made of living tissue. As you kneel in the soft mud, you reflect on the strange reputation these plants have held for centuries. For a long time, people believed ferns were magical because they seemed to reproduce without seeds. Folk tales whispered that if you could find the invisible seed of a fern on Midsummer's Eve, you could become invisible yourself. But as the 1700s progress, that folklore is being replaced by a more grounding, yet equally enchanting, scientific curiosity. You aren't looking for invisibility, you are looking for a sense of connection to a prehistoric world. These plants have been here since before the dinosaurs, surviving through sheer persistence and an adaptable, quiet strength. There is a profound comfort in that longevity. It suggests that while empires rise and fall, the fern will simply continue to unfurl its croziers. In the damp corners of the world, the fever hasn't quite reached its peak yet, but the embers are glowing. You see it in the way your neighbors have started building small rockeries in their gardens, tucked away in the shade where nothing else will grow. You see it in the hushed tones of botanists at the Royal Society, debating the minute differences between a male fern and a lady fern. A tea is a gentle sort of madness, one that encourages long, solitary walks and the meticulous keeping of journal. You find yourself thinking about ferns as you drift off to sleep, the image of a tightly coiled fiddlehead, a crozier slowly expanding in your mind's eye. It is the visual definition of patience. Each coil is a promise of future growth, packed tightly and waiting for the exact right moment to meet the cool morning mist. Subscribe for part 2 and wait for part 2.